Welcome back to the Business Savvy Therapist. This is part 2 of our Summer Slump Marketing Series. Have you listened to part 1? Part 1 was, is your website ready for the summer slump? Make sure to go back and listen to this because we're only going to build on it now. Today, in part 2, we are talking about warm outreach mastery. But here's the thing. You probably don't know what that is, but you will soon. These people who were literally in your inner circle already and you probably forgot about them, they are going to be sending more people to your website. So make sure that website converts because it's going to matter more than ever during the summer slump. Just last week, I got back from Atlantis. We took our twins to Atlantis, Bahamas, which I can't wait for this for you, but there's so many I made it moments coming. They're literally on the way. About 10 years ago, I was in Bahamas and I was staying at the Rio, and we walked by this place called Atlantis, the Shark Tank, the yachts. And I remember just thinking like, wow, I guess this is where like the highly wealthy go. And then fast forward to be there with my kids in this beautiful suite was a magical moment. Oh my gosh, isn't this why we're working so hard? It was amazing, except that I was forced to go down water slides. There are so many water slides. And it's interesting because I want to teach my kids to be brave. I have twins. One is very brave. He went with daddy on like the really next level slides. And then Lucas and I went on like some pretty scary ones. And after we went down, I actually got this wound on my hand. It's like a badge of honor that I'm a cool mom. I'll get to that in a sec. I would be shaking. Have you ever done like a roller coaster or something about a slide though? If I'm okay in a roller coaster because I can hold on and I'm buckled, I'm fine. I'm in this box. This box is throwing me around, but I feel contained. But a water slide is insane. And we would get to the bottom and I would be shaking. Like my nervous system is like, what are you doing? And then Lucas, my precious little 8-year-old, would look at me and be like, Mom, that was amazing. Let's do it again. And he's already running back up to the lineup. And I'm literally like, okay, Nicole, be brave, be brave. You can't not go. Like you have to go. You have to show him. He can't go on his own. So you have to go. And I'm just like, okay, yeah, let's go. It was just being a role model, which is amazing because they're always watching. Do you know that? You might be feeling that you're working too much. But let me tell you, you stepping out and doing it scared and scaling your practice, they are always watching and they are absorbing those brave moments. So I was so brave that you're supposed to cross your arms. Well, I did cross my arms, but I guess at some moment I must have uncrossed my arms because I thought I was dying. And I got a burn because you're going down this slide, but I got a burn on my hand. Have you ever hurt yourself, but because your adrenaline is so high, you actually don't notice, and then you're like gushing blood, or it wasn't gushing though, I'm being super dramatic. But anyway, I was bleeding and I'm like, oh my gosh, okay. Oh, I guess I must have like burned it. Long story short, it got infected. So this whole week, I'm trying to get rid of this infection on my hand. That's really gross because I'm a hand talker and I didn't want during my live events for people to be distracted by this like wound. All week long, I've been washing it. I've been putting polysporin on it. I've been doing the Band-Aids. Do you relate? Like coming to your group practice, scaling your practice, filling your solo, like you're doing the things, but the wound wasn't getting better. Guys, it wasn't getting less infected. Like 7 days I had this on my hand to the moment that I was like, oh my gosh, is there something wrong? Do I have like a not wound healing disorder? I make up disorders in my head quite a bit. And then I had an epiphany, checked the polysporin, and it was expired. And ChatGPT told me if a medication is expired, specifically an antibiotic, it does not work. The healing properties are gone. I changed one tool, and in 2 days it was gone. That is the power of a business coach. You were working so hard. You're just working on the wrong things. Oh my God. That's it. You're doing the things that could just be one thing that you swap out with a different tool. Boom, magic happens. Now let's dive in to warm outreach. I find that when people think about networking, that they think cold, don't you? that you're like, oh, so when I say the word networking, what do you think? Do you think networking event, reaching out to family doctors, reaching out to schools, maybe reaching out to other therapists? And that is all right. And that works. And I teach that, except networking events. Don't do those. Don't use that tool. They don't work. If we ever work together, I'll explain more. But today, we're talking about, wait, what about your inner circle? What about your own family doctor? We forgot about the easy. You see, it is way easier, higher conversion rate, and just easier to reach out to people that we already know. And guess what? You have more time, or you're going to have more time. It's going to go a little bit slower. It won't for you, but even if it's like a tiny bit slower, then you will have the time. And this will be so worth your time because, of course, you're going to get to a yes way faster. So let me explain. I am a very type A person. Do you relate? And if I'm really honest, and I see this in one of my kids, I'm like always on the go. And so when I relax, I have to be doing something. So what I mean is I'm really good at self-care, but I have to be getting a massage. I have to be in a yoga class. I meditate every morning, but even that isn't easy. I usually have to be doing like stretches or in a hot tub. I'm not good at just being still. I'm really, really working on it. I feel like I have a little bit of ADHD, if I'm honest, undiagnosed, and I have a child who is diagnosed. Did you know, just side note, the prevalence, if you have a kid that has ADHD, the prevalence that you have it, I think it's like 70%. It's really, really high that it comes from, that a parent has it. But anyway, you probably know more about that than me because I know experts are listening related to that. So I'm really good at booking self-care. I would book massages. I go to the chiropractor. I see an osteopath and a naturopath. And of course, I have a family doctor like you do. Do you do those things? So here's what I would do. During my massage, I would talk about, guess what? What I'm creating. It is so exciting. We just hired someone, a psychologist, to do psychoeds. We now are offering autism assessments. We're now offering child therapy, play therapy, family therapy, neurofeedback. What is the thing that you're offering? And if you're not yet, don't worry, you will. That is different. That's going to have them say, oh, what is that? IFS. Your massage therapist is working on your neck, but they're like, oh, tell me more. They're massaging your back and you're chatting about IFS. Now, I wouldn't talk the whole time because I want to enjoy my massage, my osteopathic cranial sacral session, but I would spend 5 minutes and oh my gosh, they were the biggest referral sources. Jot this down. And it kind of happened by accident. A couple things happened by accident. One, we actually became friends. They came to my big clinic open house. I think we became not me and my family doctor, but me and my chiro, osteopath, naturopath, and massage. I think because they're also in private practice, they happen to be all female-led or male-led or whatever you identify with. Like we just related. We're both entrepreneurs. We're both healthcare professionals. And then over time, because I saw them pretty frequently, we built this trust and friendship and they would refer. So go ahead, my beautiful friend, book that massage that you desperately need. Invest in that self-care. Do you have benefits? Do you have insurance? I, as an entrepreneur, I pay for our family to be insured and I use them. By the time you listen to this, it should be around May. It's almost halfway. Can you believe it? It's almost halfway through 2025. Book those. Spend the next 6 months pampering yourself. Whatever it is, osteopath, like naturopath. I would see them for sleep. I would see them for health. Tell me all the vitamins, help my 44-year-old skin look amazing, help my hair be shiny. Like you don't need to be sick. You don't need to be hurt to see them. Book them and you will grow and you will feel amazing. And here's what happened. It was so cool. Over time, they would ask me, my family doctor. I would go in and she would say, hey, how's it going? We're sending you psycho ads. Do you guys still have more spots? So you want to be strategic though, and really think about what is something that is unique, your competitive edge. And I just mentioned a couple: EMDR, IFS, play therapy, family therapy. I'm going to get to the power of family therapy in a second. Now you might be thinking, okay, but Nicole, I'm not sick. Like, how do I see my family doctor? Have you got your checkup? A year has probably gone by since your last checkup. Book your checkup, make sure your health is good, and then just chat. Here's what's going on. We'd love to support you. And what was amazing is my family doctors, I think I led with psychoeds because I knew assessments are always needed. If you don't have psychologists on your team, you could lead with EMDR, IFS. A lot of these family doctors have therapists now on site, but a lot of these therapists don't see couples, don't see families or kids, or do play therapy and lead with that. I would even talk about this during my pap test. I know. You're laying there vulnerable, staring at the ceiling. You know how you have to get that, right? Every 2 years, at least in Canada. And I have no shame, zero shame. I would just be staring at the ceiling. And guess what I would be talking about? The new hires, how we can help them. And then it passes the time. Doesn't matter what you're doing. If they're busy doing something, they're going to be listening to you. And before I knew it, guess what she said? Nicole, you know what? I'm going to pass this on to our other location. She let all the doctors know. She added us to her EHR. And then she also said, okay, I'll also add you to our other location. Okay. Step one, jot that down. Pause me, tell Siri to book all of your self-care. Your self-care, that's warm outreach, and that's literally going to help you grow. Now, step two, I want you to think of your family members. Are your kids, do they have family doctors? Of course they do. I had taken the boys to a pediatrician, and as we were wrapping up, I just said, hey, Dr. Jacob, just so you know, we just brought in, and I think I said a child therapist, because in my head, I was like, okay, well, he works with kids. He sees tons on the spectrum and different things, and we do child therapy and anxiety and all that. And he said, which is so cool, he was like, okay, good, but do you do family therapy? And we did. And I said, yes. And he goes, honestly, it's more the parents. The parents are really struggling with their kids that are not well, naturally. And it's just impacting the whole family. It's impacting the siblings because one sibling is getting all the attention because he's not well. And I walked out with a referral. He said, I desperately need help with families. Can you call this family today? I took that referral slip and I said, better yet, let me call my admin right now. And we got them booked. It's instant. I wouldn't think about it as you are bothering them. You're literally helping them. Okay. Put this as a reminder so you do not forget. And then lastly, there's one third one. Who is referring to you now? Anybody referring to, and now you might be new being like, Nicole, there's nobody, but tuck this away for later. I know a lot of you have busy solo practices. I vividly remember this day. I was in solo practice. I was doing assessments at this time for a doctor who loved me. He gave me all his referrals. I had been working with him for at least a year. And sometimes I believe in magnetic marketing. I truly believe that you can be a magnet for new clients, but part of it is slowing down enough to allow synchronicity to happen. And on this very day, I was working around the house. I was not working though. That's key. And my energy was really open. I had been meditating and doing yoga and really practicing loving my life. And in these moments, this is when we get those surges, those moments of motivation where it's like something pops into your head. And I vividly remember I just had a thought like, wait, you know what? Why don't I just call Dr. Umar and ask him if he has friends? I bet, like me, he hangs out with other doctors because I know I hang out with other therapists. All my best friends are therapists. So I picked up the phone. I took inspired action. Literally, I was guided. Do you ever feel that? Are you making space to be guided? And get this is synchronicity. Hey, Dr. Umar, listen, I do have space that just opened up. I want to let you know. Let me know if you have any colleagues who also need assessments. And you can do the exact same thing for therapy, by the way. Guess what he said? No lie. Oh my gosh, Nicole, I just had lunch with a doctor. His name is Chris. Literally, he just asked me if I knew of any psychologists. And at the time, your name didn't really come to mind. Like I just kind of walked away and said, yeah, I'll think about it. Thank you so much for calling. That inspired action was supposed to happen, and it gets better. I said, oh my gosh, this is perfect. I'm so glad I took action. Let me call Chris. That phone call to Chris, he gave me, 20 grand. So I know 100% I was making $20,000 extra because of that one phone call, because Chris ended up being an even bigger referral source. But it wasn't, I was not magnetic until I slowed down a little and listened. Listen to the guidance and those nudges and those synchronicities. I'll give you one more example. One of my members went to a pool party. I think it was her kids. It was I think it was a kids' pool party. And she was there, and guess what she was doing? Her energy was open. She was open to receive. She was just enjoying the sunny day, the music, watching the kids, having a good time. And she was just chatting with people. And naturally, she's so excited about what she's doing. She's just sharing like, oh, I'm just starting a group practice. These are the things we offer. And guess what? One of the other moms just happened to be a pediatrician. By the time she got to the coaching call, she told me she's already given me 5 referrals. Those 5 referrals ended up being 10 referrals and ended up feeding her for future and future months, and is probably still feeding her. And all she did was go to a pool party and be present and share. Just share. Let's do a quick recap. Number 1, you have a circle. Warm outreach, book that self-care. Number 2, think about your family members. What's their inner circle? Reach out to them, especially your kids, because you're doing things with them, especially their pediatrician. And it's just the next appointment. You're not calling. You're not calling any of these people. You're literally just going to the appointments and sharing the amazing stuff you're up to and inspiring people to help you help them. And lastly, enjoy the summer. Oh my gosh, you so deserve this. You so deserve this. You've been working so hard. Enjoy the summer. Stay present, be open, and know that you are magnetic, and it is all coming always. It is literally on the way. And then before you know it, you're having a good time laughing, you've got a drink in your hand, and then the person beside you just may be your next biggest referral source. I'll see you next week.